Hello and welcome to A Lovely Time, a podcast where we speak to comedians about what constitutes a perfect day. I'm Amy Gledhill and my idea of a lovely time is a bathtub full to the brim with frazzles. God, yes. My guest today is a comedian, a podcaster, an actress, an all-round bloody smasher. It's Allison Spittle. Let's have a lovely time then, shall we? Hello, Alison. How are you doing?
Hey, Amy. I'm really good. I'm really good this morning. It's been a great day. I tried to do metabolic aerobics and had super noodles instead. So that's my life today, and I've come to accept it.
The noodles sound like a much better option. So I think you've smashed that.
Thank you. They were. I did put effort into them. There was sweet corn and some bits of spring onion for sustenance, for vitamins on top of my on top of my beige, you know.
Yeah.
I do have a weird attachment to super noodles. I think it's because it's like affordable. And when I was a kid, I always thought of myself as better than my friends because they would buy, you know, like a packet of sweets or crisps, and I'd be like, no, mate, I'm getting myself a packet of super noodles. I'm not having, I'm not having that straight away, good time vibe in the mouth, but I will in 10 minutes. You get me to a kettle, bring me to your mum's house, and I will make super noodles. And you will be jealous of me.
How old are you?
Gosh. I'd say, why, if we could find out when England beat Germany 5-1 in because I remember that day, because what happened was, like, I'm an Irish person, but my dad is English, and my dad, like, lived in Ireland for the first 15 years of my life, and he is, and I say this a lot, but he is that English that even I feel colonised by him. Like, he is just too English for words. And he's a massive football fan. And I remember I sat watching the game with him and Germany scored. And I went off. In my head, I was like, I'm just going for a walk. I went off. Because, like, my dad would get mad. Like, no, you'll be all good. Do you know what I mean? But football mad. I was like, not going near that. But I went up to the shop. And I live in a rural part of Ireland. It takes about, like, 15 minutes to get to the shop. Walked to the shop. Got myself a packet of super noodles. Came back down. And England were up 4-1. And I was like, this is, is like... I was very happy. My dad was happy and stuff like that, and I had my super noodles, and I think I watched the last goal. So that was a good time.
God.
So whatever that was, I think I might have been 11.
Lucky noodles. Maybe they're lucky noodles. You need to do this every time England plays. Maybe that's why we've lost, because you've just not been into your chicken noodles, Alison.
Well, genuinely,
Very rude.
My dad used to put up flags outside my house, and they would get burnt because we lived in Ireland, and he didn't care. He had a full box of flags, and he'd go back up, get the flag, and put it back. And it was always outside my bedroom window. And I would always, like, pray and go, like, please let England get knocked out of the World Cup tomorrow, just for, like, fire safety. And God always answered my prayers. He always... It was like...
I can't believe he had a whole box of flags, like, knowing, like, this will get burnt. We'll have one.
Yeah, exactly. He's an England fan through and through. Never when it's easy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
fair play to him.
Yeah. I better stop talking about it because I got too much. Like, there's too much. If you had a traumatic childhood memory podcast, bang, I'm in, and it would include, because my birthday was in June. It was always around the time of, like, the World Cup, like, it would always be involved with England somehow. But yeah,
I got you an England tracksuit for your birthday.
Oh
Off
my
you go.
God.
Go to the shop, get your noodles.
I know. Try and walk back in your estate and be, Irish kids on my estate though. So, and we kind of like hung out, and it would be like we just had a shared love of Craig David. Like that was the only difference between us and the fully Irish people. Were like a love for garage music that the Irish didn't catch on. Like yeah. That is my one thing about I love Ireland so much, but they really need more two-step garage in their life, and it never happened for them. But yes.
Oh dear.
Anyway. You're gonna have to take control of me, Amy. I will chat shit. I'm so sorry.
I don't want to. I'm loving it. I'm having a lovely time. This is my time to have a lovely time.
Yes, that's true.
So what I was going to ask is if you could tell us a memory you have of having a lovely time. So, yeah, it's quite nice to think about. I quite like this question.
That is lovely. I will tell you about like the best weekend of my life, and it happened when I was about 21, I think. I was living in Dublin at the time. I'd come back down to my home county of Westmeath, and I was kind of having like a mini reunion with some people that I hung out with at school, and we were like offcuts of kids. So like you were either kind of good at sport or you liked heavy metal music, or you could beat up people, and we were neither. So we were like it's the people that like alternative music. Like my mate loved David Bowie, and we used to hang around with this person that was like really into Papa Roach because it felt like somehow we had stuff in common. And so I was hanging out with them, and it was in this pub that we used to drink in when we were 16, but now we're 21, and it just felt wrong, and there's nobody there. And this man who we didn't know that well said, "Do you want to come to my father's birthday party?" And we were looking at each other and we're like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. So then he said, right, well, it's in another county, so we're going to have to get a taxi there. So I don't know what he was doing in this town. Like, he should have been at his dad's birthday party early. But we went with him to his dad's birthday party. It was like his 70th birthday party. And Michael Jackson had just died, right? And that's not what's making the weekend wonderful. but I remember the DJ at this 70th birthday party was just playing like Michael Jackson songs, and we got up dancing to it, me and my schoolmates. And like we're just like, my friend William, he clicked his fingers dancing until they bled. And then it was just us dancing. We're just having an incredible time. The DJ then was just playing for us, and he's like, any requests? So we got like Prefab Sprout on, Prince, My Name is Prince. It was amazing. And then they got a buffet from the Chinese takeaway across the road. It was just the best birthday party I've ever been to in my life. We had a DJ that was playing music for us. We had chicken balls and spring rolls. Life was great. And then we'd nowhere to sleep. Had to sleep in a person I knew from school from years ago. His dad was lovely. His dad let us all in. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and like then I got up in the morning, and I went to my friend in college. It was my first gay pride in Dublin. And it was just incredible. Oh, and I forgot. We were meant to go. We went to Quasar. You ever play Quasar, like the laser tag? So that was the best weekend of my life. So that's that. I don't know if I've given enough detail, but that's like it was just I had an amazing time.
Where did Quasar fit in? Was this before the birthday party? After the birthday party?
It was kind of before the birthday party, and like we decided. We were 21, we could still, we're adults, we're going drinking, but we're also young enough that we'd appreciate, like, time at a leisure centre. So we thought, like, we'll go to the leisure centre first, then go to the pub. And then, to get up the next morning, get the train. And I had the time of my life. And my mate from college, she brought me, like, we went walking in Pride. And then she brought me to this house party where it was the most dignified house party I've ever been to. They played Pictionary, they had mojitos, and they cut mint from the back garden. And I couldn't believe it. I went to bed so happy, and I was like, this is my 20s, this is what it's going to be. But it actually peaked. That was the best time of my 20s. You ever go to sleep so full of hope? And you're like...
This is my life now. I'm a socialite. I drink cocktails with fresh mint in them, but I can also have leisure centre fun and pork balls. This is life.
That was I was like,
my
getting the
God.
balance right. This is what I've read about in Cosmo. Work and play. It was just amazing. I swear, I felt I felt like
That
I was in
sounds
Sex and the
brilliant.
City or something like that. Just
Yeah,
incredible.
but with
Oh,
Quasar. I've not seen the episode where they play Quasar, but I would watch it.
oh, May, have you played? I love playing Quasar, especially against like strangers that are significantly younger than you, because they think that they can mess with you, but there's no rules in Quasar. Like, I remember holding a child and just shooting him in the chest like about 15 times. And he's like, "You're not supposed to do this." And I was like, "I think I am." And then,
There's no rules in Quasar, bitch.
Exactly. Where's your what's it, the Geneva Convention? It doesn't apply here. It doesn't, not in Quasar.
Oh my God. We play very different Quasar because I am, because I like sitting down more than anything.
Yes.
And that could be quite a physical game. So my tactic, if you want to use it, is you go in, you instantly find somewhere to sit and hide, and you curl up into a tiny ball until the time runs out. and then, no, you haven't shot anyone, sure, but nobody has shot you, and you usually come out about mid. And I'm so happy with that. And I've had a lovely sit down.
You're like Sam Allardyce, Amy. You're just overly defensive and hoping for the best. You're like, let's avoid relegation.
Oh God, I've never been compared to Sam Allardyce before, but now everything makes sense. I've got I bought off eBay during a time of my life where I think I was having a breakdown. I bought Steve Bruce's, who was the Hull City manager at the time. I bought his training jacket with SB on it. I got it. I bid on it and I won it, and I've never worn it out, but I own it and I will never let that go.
That's the cutest thing I've. Oh my God!
I love Steve Bruce so much.
I do get strange attachments to football managers, because I think I put my, like, Roy Hodgson for me is just a beautiful man. He knows multiple languages. People used to slag him off. I'm a West Bromwich Albion supporter, and I just think he did so good. Gary Megson as well for me. It's like,
God, wow.
I love them all. Yeah. Who do I not like as a manager? I think I quite like all football managers in some ways.
I feel for them. They just seem like really stressed dads. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're trying their best, and you're like, and you see the pain in their face, and you're like, they're gonna get a hard time for this, but they're trying their bloody best. Give them a break.
I think you're so right. I think they're almost like stepdads that have come in and fallen in love with the mum, but the kids are feral. Like, the kids are just like not playing ball in any way, and they get the blame off the mum.
Yeah.
You need to leave John. Like, Gemma is in a lot of pain at the moment, and all John ever did was love that woman. Do you know what I mean? He didn't want those children treating her with disrespect.
That's it. You've nailed that. We've cracked it. We should start a foundation for stressed football managers who have the energy of stepdads. Just help them out. Do you know what I mean? Just take them to the park for a bit. So we've heard what a lovely time you had in your 20s, that one time. But now we're gonna create your ideal lovely time, and there's no limitations here, so you can be wherever you want to be in the world at any time in history, I guess, with anyone you want. You've got unlimited budget. So let's start with, where are you going to be?
Well, I've been thinking about this. I wake up, right? I wake up in the bridal suite of the Sheraton Hotel in Athlone, Ireland, right? Which is like, it's got a spiral staircase in it, a mini fridge, a smart TV, a massive bed, panoramic views of the town of Athlone, which is like quite flat. Like, there's nothing special with these panoramic views. You can see like an industrial estate and stuff. It's on like the 15th floor. And
there's an Asda.
Yeah, genuinely, it is like that. It is like, and I wake up there. No one's got married, but I'm at a wedding, and it's kind of the morning after a wedding. I haven't got married, but I do have the bridal suite. That's what I've decided, and I've got like chocolate covered strawberries when I wake up. I get a massage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
massages me. And then I get up and I go down to the breakfast buffet. Now, the breakfast buffet is my favourite part of any kind of holiday. And that's just because of like, just you're there. The choice is incredible.
Yeah.
So we have like, what I'm doing is, as well as that, nobody's serving me at this breakfast buffet. I'm left with the privacy of my own plate and I'm able to pick up whatever I like, right? Without judging eyes or anything like that. So I go for a cold course first. We get fruits. I won't eat them, but I want them on the table. Like, so there's an option. It's actually just I'll eat a piece of watermelon when I'm so filled with meat, and I just want it to squeeze it down a bit more. But like that's my breakfast buffet, and we're talking like no element of this buffet is bad. Like, do you ever get like a breakfast buffet and the sausages are shit, but everything else is good?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We got potato farls. There's a pancake making machine. I'm blown away. They got real maple syrup. They got crispy bacon from Denmark. I went to Denmark once for a gig, and the vat of bacon they had there was just, it was incredible. So we got crispy bacon, lovely sausages, mushrooms, potato bits. Yeah, I just love a breakfast buffet. I like tomatoes, I like it all, but I like to make my own decisions with the breakfast buffet. So
Sure.
yeah, and I want all of my family to be there. This is the family time. I see.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I figure like, you gotta have like some. I felt guilty thinking about my perfect day and not involving my family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're there in the morning, and we have the breakfast buffet. No one's hungover. I'm not hungover. All the vibes are good. Everyone's talking to each other as well, because my family are so big and so volatile that there's always like one there's always like one arm of them that are not talking to another arm, and you have to like be the buffer in this, but everyone's chatting. Everyone's out of prison. It's all good. There's no tragedy. Everyone's good.
There's no tragedy.
Yeah.
Everyone's just loving the Danish bacon.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no beef, just bacon. That's what we want.
So, yeah. And then we move on then to like what I want to do during the day is play a lot of board games with my mates. I love doing mildly competitive stuff like mini golf or something. I want to be something I'm not bad at, but not too good. It needs to be, a bit of competition, but I'm not taking it so seriously that I ruin the time that we're having. Because sometimes I do that, and I don't want to ruin the vibe. So we're playing a bit of mini golf. We're playing code names, Pictionary. Do you ever play this game called Quiplash? It's been kind of big over the.
No.
It's been, what I found is I play a lot of online games with my mates on a Saturday night, and we play this game called Quiplash, which is where you anonymously give a punchline to a setup, and it gets revealed. There's two against each other, so it could be like the worst way to enter a funeral, and then someone will say like a tractor, or like this is really I'm really not covering myself in glory in this. Or like Katie Price's wedding coach, like that wouldn't be a good way to go in. And then people get to vote on it, and it's a bit of fun. And I love being. Oh, also I'm drinking now at this stage, right? I don't like drinking. I like the taste. I like cocktails. I like being day drunk slightly, where I'm a bit goofy and a bit giddy. But I'm definitely like a minder of people when I'm drunk, and when they're drunk, I get drunk to a degree, and then I'm like, please keep away from my friend. She is too drunk. Like, you need to leave. Yeah. That sort of. We need to get a taxi now. I'm ruining the fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that type of thing. I want to be like the level of drunk that you'd compliment someone in a toilet, but you wouldn't like encroach on their night. Like, when someone, I get as a fat person sometimes is like, if I'm dancing and I'm having a good time, then people get inspired by me just living my life, and they'll be like, oh, good for you're having a great time, aren't you? You're just loving life. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God. Wow, if you can do it,
Yeah.
then I can do it.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember. Just when you're in a toilet and like you'll just get someone coming up to you, and just go like, you can live your life whatever way you want, love. There's nothing holding you back. You know what I mean?
Oh my
and it's like,
God.
oh, thank you. Keep being you. You are beautiful. You got a beautiful face. Do you know that? You got an incredible face. So that's what I get. And I'm like,
the old beautiful face line.
stop. I know.
I hate that.
I know.
Oh, you are such a. You have your face is so pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Although once I was getting my nails done and a woman complimented me on she said I had beautiful nail beds, and like I do. I do.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I'm drunk. We're going to like also now somehow we're in Portugal, right? And transported there. I'm mildly drunk in a supermarket. I'm buying crisps for the rest of the board games day. I'm looking around the aisles. There's like all these different flavors that I'm too afraid to try, and I'm looking at like ketchup. I just can't. I mean, I eat ketchup. I like ketchup, but it just kind of like freaks me out slightly. So I'm looking at the crisp flavors. Then I go into the cereal aisle and there's all these different mascots and stuff like that I have no idea about. And I'm just having the time of my life. I buy a little custard pie and, some Pringles, paprika if I'm feeling like really like I'm on holiday. But that is my, and really cheap wine. Really cheap wine. And I'm going back to my mates and I'm like, look what I got. And we're playing games. We're having fun. We're competing. It's wonderful. Yeah, that's the daytime kind of like vibe of my perfect day.
This sounds great. Sounds great. And you're in Portugal.
Oh,
bit of sunshine.
Yeah. And it's like, the sea. Oh, this is it. Now we've transported to Margate, right? And the reason why I'm going to Margate is because of the sea. They got lots of lidos there. I like the sea, but I hate the things that live in the sea, right? Like I hate seaweed. I really hate seaweed. I think I think seaweed is just there to grab on your legs. It's going to pull you under at some point. It's letting you trust it now and it's pretending that it's like perfectly fine seaweed. But like it will pull you in and everyone you love, and like that's how I feel about seaweed. So,
oh God!
So I'm
it's so sinister. Now I'm terrified of it.
I know. So but where I am in this big Lido, the sun is coming down. There's another set of friends. These are like So the set of friends I had there were the friends that live in Glasgow, and we were in Portugal together. This set of friends, I don't even know them that well. They're more kind of my boyfriend's friends, but I love their life, and they're so lovely. They're just incredibly lovely people, and like we're having natural wines, and we're listening to good music. The sun is coming down. They're playing music from the 70s that's not ABBA. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of music you don't quite know who plays it, but you know that it's inspired. Oh, I just love it. The sun's coming down. I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
We're back in Portugal now, right? We're transported back.
Yeah.
Now it's tapas time. I'm having tapas. All of the prawns are deveined. There's no shit in these prawns at all. Like they're just perfectly. They've had a colonic. There's just not one speck. That ruins my whole night if there's shit in my prawns. I don't care if they're covered in garlic butter and a lovely tarragon sauce. There's a lump of shit. Like, you know,
Oh,
like,
God.
please sort that.
God.
Sorry. So, I'm having tapas with my friends. We're having lots of wine. We're just now, at this stage, we're giddy. We're goosing it up, right? And there's a saxophonist in the corner, and he's just playing on his saxophone. And he's playing all these songs that I kind of know. And I'm like, when is he going to play Baker Street? When is he going to play Baker Street?
Yeah, when is that coming?
And then at the point where I'm paying the bill, I'm like, I'm going to miss Baker Street. And I just stand up. I stand up and I look around and go, yes, this is it. This is life. And so then I sit back down, I pay my bill and leave.
I love that you're still paying the bills in your ideal, wildest imagination. You're still like, well, I will settle the tab.
Yes, yeah.
I'll settle the tab. Yep.
They're getting a big tip. It's all good. It's just, and then we go back to my friend's house and we watch a DVD of Mean Girls, right? And it's beautiful. We're all quoting it to each other. We all tell each other secrets and stuff like that and feel our friendship build and build and build. And yeah, I was considering, as well as that, there's no such thing as cancer in this world, right? And I'm smoking all the time. And I don't smoke normally. I used to smoke. And but I am in this one, and like I'm just footloose, fancy free. The only time I do smoke is at festivals or funerals, right? And this time I'm like, yeah, let's have it. So I'm just milling through the fags, just I've eaten a fish. Also, by the way, someone told me today on this special day, everything I've eaten is vegan. Like there is no cruelty, even though like you know it's bleeding and it's like you know. But somehow, everything I've eaten hasn't hurt anything. It's incredible. I'm just like,
so
what?
Ethical.
I'd never know the difference.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I'm like, I feel good. Like, I'm a good person. And they're like...
That's why these prawns didn't have shit in them.
Yes!
They were vegan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're like...
Shitless prawns.
No one has been harmed in any of the, like, making of this food. Like, your tin tomatoes, nobody's been hurt. You know, tin tomatoes,
yeah.
I've read articles about tin tomatoes. I feel bad about tin tomatoes. Like, that is, like, you know, horrific stuff. So, like, you know, we're watching Mean Girls. We've quoted it to each other. I'm nearly going to sleep, right? And then someone says, karaoke? I'm like, yes. And we go to a karaoke bar. I can't believe it. It's 4 a.m. I'm like, what is going on here? You can see the sunrise. I'm like, where are we going to find this karaoke bar? But there it is. There's a karaoke bar ahead. It is a karaoke bar slash bowling alley slash quasar. All of my mates are running around. And at this point as well, there's also a disco. And it's playing normal kind of like disco music. I'm liking it. Little mix. There's stuff there, you know, modern stuff. But then, all of a sudden, they'll just shove in Papa Roach, Last Resort. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm dancing, I'm having a great time, but I'm surprised by it, if you know what I mean. I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Then they play Baby Cakes by Free of a Kind. I'm like, oh.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's my perfect day. And then I go to sleep. But it's been a wild ride, and I've had a great time on this perfect day. Oh,
that's an incredible day. Oh
yeah.
My God, that's such a great day.
Thank you. Also, someone brought me a box of like Body Shop bath pearls, which no longer exist now. And they just give it to me to put my hand in for texture. They said, you've had a great day. Do you know? You've had the flavours, the drinks, the experiences, but have you had the touch? And I'm like, no. And they go, put your hand in this box. There's like a big box of bath pearls. And also, there's I was thinking, this is like ridiculous, but like, you know, it is my perfect day. Also, you know, I'm just reminiscing. I'm kind of going back into the nostalgic times. Someone opens up a box and it's a Furby from the back of the day, but it has affirmations. So it just goes like, you are enough, you know? And I'm like, I am enough. I'm just having a great day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's a lot in there. I'm so sorry.
My mind. That's incredible. I've not thought about Body Shop bath pearls for years. And the second you said them, the first thing I thought of was the touch. Oh, I used to go in and put my grubby little hands in them in them jars of them.
Yes.
Oh, God, they felt amazing.
They felt, can you imagine?
And then...
Yeah. Go on.
Once you'd put them in the bath and they'd sort of dissipated, but the skin was still there and you could pick the skin up and the skin was like a little oily, silky penny and it was beautiful.
Yes. I was going to say something far worse, but like, you know, I remember once I got my period and it was quite heavy and I was like, oh my God, it's like the end of a bath pearl in there. It was like a really, like eggs, they do look, I'm sorry, like too much information. But I mean, I was quite unwell at the time, and it was the only thing doing me okay. It was like, oh my God, it's a bath pearl.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. You've reframed how I'm going to look at the end of my period from now on. I'll take a picture, send it to your hashtag Body Shop Pearl. Oh, that's so cool. I love them.
I wish I didn't say that though. Sometimes I'm like, Allison, please refrain. You don't need to let them know you think this. And I'm like, the people must know.
The people must know the texture. They must know the texture. Why not? Let us know.
Absolutely.
Listeners, write in. Let us know your texture. How is it? Do let us know. You shouldn't be ashamed.
No.
I've sometimes seen the colour and genuinely gone, that is the most beautiful colour of anything I've ever seen, when it's like a sort of really bright pinky, reddy, corally colour. And I'm like, I wish I could just keep a bit of this and then take it in, you know, to Dulux and be like, I want that.
You see,
want that colour on my walls.
I'd love that for you as well, but I feel you would get sectioned. I feel like if someone brought in there, like, you know, you're really edging for a sectioning at that point. It really is. You're like Jim Carrey out of mask, like, somebody stop me. No, please, like, somebody restrain and stop me. Like, it's like...
Hello, Roy. Yes, I have picked the colour for the living room feature wall. Just let me take these pants down. Now, you see that stain there? Yeah, that. Exactly that. Can you mix me that? Who are you calling? Who's coming to get me? What? I think it's great. I think that's great. Oh my God, you've absolutely smashed that. So I think you've had the most detailed of all the lovely times, and I think you've considered every element. You know what you're listening to, you know what you're eating, you know what you're drinking, you know what you're touching, you know who you're with, you know where. You've absolutely smashed it. Is there anything that would categorically ruin it for you? Like one element that if it happened would ruin it? Like for me, it's having wet feet.
Oh, like...
Or like wet socks. I'd be like, oh, God, day's ruined.
So I was thinking like a man who has low self-esteem and kind of... So like they can only interact with you by kind of putting you down slightly. So like that type of person, but he's made of seaweed and he's also done a crime. We don't know what crime it is. But he's holding that air of mystery.
He's been injecting vegan prawns with shit. That's what he's been doing.
Exactly.
Real bad lad.
That's it. He's a bad man. He's a bad seaweed man who has no, you know, he's like, trying to undermine me all the time. You know, it's like, if you're a comedian, tell us a joke. And I'm like, please, I'm just trying to have the best day of my life. So that's...
Oh gosh, yeah, that would ruin it for me too. Yeah. Well, you've smashed that, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Oh, I'm doing a podcast called Wheel of Misfortune, with Fern Brady, and it's on BBC Sounds, and on social media at Allison Spittle, on Instagram and on Twitter, and thank you so much for having me on. I've like really, really enjoyed the podcast, by the way. It's so lovely. It like puts you in a good mood.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I hope like people who are looking for a mood boost are like okay about like period blood. They should be. Why am I apologising? Like, you know, it happens.
Don't you dare apologise.
Yeah.
Don't you dare apologise.
I need a Furby to tell me Allison, your bodily ablutions are perfectly normal. And I'm like, thank you, Furby.
Thank you, Furby. Thank you, Furby. You are more than just a pretty face.
Yes.
Thank you, Furby.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. I'll
Brilliant.
see you guys. I'll send it
Oh,
off.
see you later, Alison. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you. Bye, 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 bye. Ah, the 5 senses all taken care of in Alison's lovely time there. Most people forget about feel, don't they? But Alison has put us all at ease by knowing that you just need to get some Body Shop bath pearls and everything will be okay. And thanks very much to Alison for coming on and being so very precise with her lovely time. Smashed it. What an absolute teacher's pet. Thank you so much for listening. As always, we really, really, really appreciate it. And if there's someone in your life that you like, why not tell them about it? Don't tell your enemies. We don't want their bad energy here. If you want to come to our live show in Manchester, FYI, there's only a few bloody tickets left, if you can imagine such a thing. So get on it fast. Act fast. FAST. Face, arm, speech, tickets is, I think, what that is referring to. We will be back next week with another great guest and another lovely time. Can't bloody wait. See you then. Bye.
This podcast is made by A Lovely Time Productions and hosted by Amy Gledhill, with music by Jack Evans.
Oh, I'm just finishing a biscuit. It's very claggy. Shouldn't have pressed record yet, but there we have it. Okay.